In the last 18 months, I've noticed hard trance is starting to kind of speed up from its traditional maybe 140 to 142, and now we're starting to see tracks that are around a lot more tracks that are around 145 and above. Is this a conscious thing that's kind of starting to take hold, or is this just happens to be what's just happening at the time with the direction of a particular track?
Well, my threshold is at 145. Above that, I'm sorry to say, but it sounds like chipmunk music. It's not hard trance anymore for me. You can play hard trance at 150, 160 BPM. It sounds weird to me because I was used to tracks at 138, 140. 42, 45, yes, but above that, it's a bit weird to me at least. As for the track length, that's a necessary evil these days, I guess, because even if you try to post something on Instagram, for example, it says that if you post something longer than 3 minutes, it won't spread to people that are not familiar with your page. Because we're living the TikTok age and everyone has the attention span of fucking Dory. That's the truth, man.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
It's bang on. As far as the speed is concerned, it's nothing particularly new. I mean, Proteus was playing like just standard hard trance tracks, but pitched right up, 10, 15 years ago. DJ Neon as well.
Pitching up as opposed to actually writing them in to those higher speeds.
Well, I think that's it's driven by the speed at which they're going to be played.
Mm.
I mean, I was always taught. I've been doing this a lot of years now, and I was always taught that it's better to write slow and then pitch up as opposed to write pitched up, write at a faster speed.
Mm.
Just because it is more difficult to get the drive at a lower speed. If you can get the drive at a lower speed, when it's particularly in the kick and bass, we're talking, then it's easier. It sounds even better pitched up. But if you write more quickly, it's more difficult to get the real drive in the low end of the track, which obviously it's the whole kind of force which moves the track. So that's what I was always taught, and I suppose, confirmation bias. That's what I've always believed as well. And to be fair, it is true to a certain extent. I would say now it's possibly less relevant because of production techniques and the standard of samples and stuff that are being used. It's maybe not quite as relevant. And I think a lot of stuff, I mean, turning it to gigs now and hard trance is being played. I haven't played a gig recently where and this is hard trance gigs. I haven't played a gig recently where the people before me have been playing below 145. It's just that's the standard now, and it's creeping up, and like it's getting played faster and faster, like above 150 in certain cases. So that's just the way things are going.
I'm a serial pitcher upper, and I always have been. I don't know why, and I don't know where it come from. I mean, it's probably because I started out with a hardcore background. Like I was introduced to I came into the rave scene with Happy Hard, and then when I went over to trance, I liked it, but it just seemed a little slow, and so I was always pitching up. Like my stock standard was around 145 and above always, and I think that was kind of standard for parties and festivals as well. I mean, my ear probably wasn't that well trained at the time because I was quite young and quite new, but I don't remember stuff being that slow at parties, and so it just kind of went hand in hand. Like I came from that high speed background, and then I kind of transferred that over to the way I played. So I'm already there. Like I'm already pitching things up, much to Antonis' horror.
Well, I come from hardstyle, and then I went back to hard trance. But when I started with hardstyle, there were tracks at 135 BPM, which were hardstyle.
What tracks were 135 at hardstyle?
Look it up. Victim of Hardstyle by Dana and Zenith. It's 135 BPM. Okay. Techno Boys remix of Sky High by Zani is 137.
Yeah, 137 I can believe, but 135 seems
it's
a bit
like
odd.
2 BPM. Yeah, hardstyle now is 160 BPM.
Yeah, but hardstyle in the early was kind of a stock standard 138, and well, I think it's 145.
So
Well, it was 145, 140.
doesn't matter. Trance is better.
So party wise, it's already there. Production wise, I mean, the theory. I mean, from what you're saying, Richard, the theory is produce slower, speed it up if you want, but that's
Yeah.
not so much the case
Yeah,
with
but that's, as
modern
Richard said,
production.
if you go to a gig and everyone before you plays at 145 or 147, what's the point of
Yeah.
producing in lower speeds than that?